Mark Middleton believes he could be deported to the UK as early as next week. Immigration New Zealand says Mr Middleton, who came to New Zealand as a 4-year-old with his parents 56 years ago, is an overstayer. It says Mr Middleton was issued a 30-day visitor's visa in 1986 after a holiday in Fiji and has been an illegal immigrant ever since. He's never been back to the UK, by the way, in those 56 years. Mr Middleton's stepdaughter, 13-year-old Lower Hutt girl Karla Cardno, was murdered by Paul Joseph Daly, who abducted her as she rode her bike home from local shops in 1989. And in 2001, Mark Middleton did receive a suspended prison sentence for threatening to kill Daly should he ever be released from prison. He has no other convictions, and until he lost his job as a result of Immigration New Zealand saying that his employers could no longer retain him, he was the family's breadwinner. His partner, Karla's mum Veronica, and he now raised their teenage son together. That's Karla's half-brother, of course. The Sensible Sentencing Trust has today launched a petition to stop Mr Middleton's deportation. The trust cites a case of a pedophile and a rapist who, despite convictions, have both been allowed to stay in New Zealand. This afternoon, Mark Middleton told me he's still awaiting a final decision on his fate from Associate Immigration Minister Chris Fa'afoy, and had been to Parliament yesterday to drop off documents to prove his life is in New Zealand.
Just letters and the fact that I came here in 1962 with my parents, and proof that I'd started school at Eastern Hutt in 1962, and then my schooling right through, basically from there to Wainui to Stokes Valley, and then on to Walcott and Intermediate and high school.
Boy, you're a Wellingtonian, aren't you? Hard out.
Hard out, mate. Hard out, Wellington. I love Wellington, mate. It's the best city in the world. I do like Auckland, though. I do like to go to Auckland, but I've got to say, my heart's in Wellington. It's a dang good place, really.
And I guess that's your message to the Associate Minister, isn't it? Your heart is in Wellington, your life is in Wellington, your family is in Wellington. You are really very much a Wellingtonian. Pretty much, yep.
You know, I've got kids here, and I say I've had a life here. I've had a full life here, to be honest with you.
A very full life. The other day when we talked to you, you were just about to go and see your boss, who had been required by Immigration New Zealand to let you go. What happened in that meeting?
Oh, they were very, I've got to say, they've been very, very supportive of me, and they have offered me assistance at every turn. And unfortunately, they are required by law to terminate my employment, so you know, they had to do that. They didn't really have a choice. So
at the moment you are unemployed.
I'm unemployed and unemployable.
and awaiting the discretion of the Associate Minister.
Yeah, I sure am. Yep, I sure am. So we're just going to have to, I guess it's a wait and see game now, and if he turns me down, then I'll be probably on the plane next week.
It could potentially be that quick, could it? If the Associate Minister doesn't effectively override Immigration New Zealand, which of course he has the discretion to do, you could be gone as early as next week.
I would say so, yep. I hear it's snowing back there. So I have to get an anorak or something. Yeah. So it's pretty, it's strange days. What can I say? It'll be, I've got to, I'm 60, so I've got to start all over again, somewhere else. I'll just have to feed money back to my family and make sure that they can pay their bills and pay their way. So probably end up having to get a couple of jobs over there if I have to.
Mark Middleton talking to us earlier this afternoon. We've tried to be in touch with the Associate Minister's office. No update from him.